Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today. tracks today.
Go.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Table Talk Show with Nikki G, the voice on islandvibe.net. Today outside, I don't know where you are, wherever you may be. It might be sunny, it might be raining. You might be in the Caribbean and you have beautiful weather. That's where I want to be right now, actually. And I have my beautiful guests, but I will announce them when we come back. No news today because we have a jam-packed show. We have two people to interview and they have lots to tell us about the beauty pageant. All right. So we'll be back in a few. Thank you for logging in and see you in a bit. Keep it locked.
Broadcasting live from Philadelphia, Island Vibe, Philly's newest and hottest station.
You're listening to IslandVibes.net. All your hits banging right here. Philly #1 Caribbean station. Best in dancehall.
Undisputed champion. Heavyweight, world great. I the make Gaza celebrate.
Call the Uber. Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya.
Reggaeton.
Algunos parecen todavía viven en el siglo de la hombría. Que te arregles solo para ellos y que para tu hombre te maquilla.
Johnny Soca.
Love in my heart, rum in my veins. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again.
And more. IslandVibes.net.
Na 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 yeah. Yeah. Na 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 na. Tell you that I don't like everything because the way you're living is if I do you you gotta stay still one way. Load again. Yes, and that's a little you get shot again. Fire for the wicked, fire for the Eden. What's my gun reach? I'm in a normal life for no my way. What's my fuck reach? I'm in a normal life for no my way. As a little youth, tries to try to keep him down again. What kind of juice that me go catch a day a blend? Who for little youth that me go catch a day a hang? Yeah, tell you that I don't like everything because the way you're living is if I do you stand out of anything, you gotta stay still one day. Bang up again. Yes, and that's a lead that 25 dead up again. Suicide bomb a dead and who send them? This a one I go straight to all bush heavens. How much more you see I go make lose them head? How much more you see I go chop them dead? About some a shot and they know I'm no head.
Yawn.
Good morning, everyone. Again, if you're just tuning in, you're logged into Nikki G, the voice, Table Talk Show. I have my beautiful guests from Miss Caribbean USA pageant. It's young adults and young teens. So I'd like to welcome, make sure I get the names right, Sabri Semper and Naya Ryan.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the show. Naya, I want to make sure that we can hear you. Are you hearing us?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So how is everyone doing today? I don't know where you are right now. Sabri, where are you right now?
Right now I'm in Philly this morning.
Oh, nice. Okay, Anaya,
I'm in Delaware.
are you in Delaware? All right. Okay. And how's the weather over there?
It's nice. It's a bit cloudy. but
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's cloudy over here too. Okay, in both states. All right, and your week, everybody's week was okay? Was it hectic or how was it?
just a bit crazy.
Oh yeah.
Busy.
Okay, lots to do. And Naya, how was yours?
It was fine. I was just school, so it wasn't that
Oh,
busy.
oh, lucky you. Lucky you. Well, I shouldn't say this because it's inevitable, but enjoy your youth. No matter what age you are, enjoy it. Everything is gonna come in due time, and just work on everything that you're doing, because I wouldn't like to tell you how old I am, and I'm still learning and growing and doing the things that I want to do, and anything that I haven't done before, I'm doing it now, you know? So, okay, so let's start from the beginning, right? Um, what 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 made you want to get into this, with being in beauty pageants and so forth?
For me, I'm very connected to the Caribbean community in Maryland, where I'm from.
Okay.
And I was growing up, I would always be in the band room with my dad. He plays steel band. And I, coming to Philly, going to school here, I wanted to find that connection as well. And I wanted to find my community, and I wanted to be more than just a participant in the community. I wanted to be a leader, and I wanted to serve. And the pageant was an amazing opportunity to do so.
Okay. So at what age? Because I'm speaking, okay, what age did you know that? Because at 5 years old, most times you're like running around the house, maybe you might see a show or something like that. So what interests you? I mean, okay, so you said your father was in Pan, right?
Mhm.
And so at what age did you think you started thinking like that? Because I'm sure you didn't know that at 5 or 6 or 7, you know?
I, the Miss Caribbean pageant was my first pageant, and
Okay,
I feel like it fit right into who I am.
right.
Growing up, the Caribbean community has been such a large part of my life. My
Yeah.
father took the orchestra over from my grandfather, who started it when he came here.
Okay.
And currently it's being passed down to my little brother as well.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right. So you know how to play the pan?
I slightly, I'm not as
Okay.
good. I'm not as musically inclined as they
Fine
are.
as they are. Okay. Do you sing?
I don't
Okay.
sing. I'm the dancer of the family.
Ah, okay. Okay. So like well, both kids, my daughter dances, and both of them play soccer. And everybody has their own little thing. So that's why I was asking you. I love dancing, I like singing, I like entertainment. So I kind of knew where I wanted to be, but as young as I was, I didn't quite know exactly where I was going to fit in, but I know I had all these talents, including art, and then
Mm,
they just fit in.
yeah.
Naya, how about you?
Well, I've been doing pageants for a while, but this one was the first one where I could actually like talk about my heritage or my culture, and it was actually allowing me to be able to go to Trinidad and participate in Kitty Carnival.
Okay, so you said, was it pan I didn't quite hear what it was, pan or pianist?
No, I've done it for a while, and this pageant let me be able to go to Trinidad and actually participate in Carnival.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, and how did you enjoy the carnival season?
It was nice, it was fun, and there was a lot of different costumes and groups that I was able to meet.
Ah, okay. Did you play carnival? Did you play mass, I should say?
Yes.
Ah, all right. That experience is really beautiful. How is your family support system? I'll start with Sabri. Well,
Okay.
Sabri, I'll let you start first in majority since you're on my left side when I'm looking at you. Yeah.
My family support system, I honestly don't think I'd be able to do all the amazing things I can dedicate myself to without them.
Mhm.
They are with me in every step. At the pageant, my dad was bringing in my carnival costume with the feathers on his back. And I just love that we have our own community within our own family as well. And we lift each other up. My brother is very dedicated to his studies, and we all support him as well. And I don't think I'd be able to do it without my entire family.
Yeah, that's great. And you, Naya, how's your
Um,
support system?
I also agree. It's really good. It's really amazing. They're able to support me through every step, and doing the pageant with my mom's support was really, really helpful. And
Yeah.
then with Carnival and getting costumes last minute, and then being with me in Carnival also, that was really fun.
Yeah. Was there an experience growing up, right? I'm kind of projecting things that related to how I grew up in the Caribbean and as a female, right? So, was there anything that you wanted to do while you were, as a youth, and maybe you didn't get to do besides being in a pageant? Anything you dreamed of? Let's say you told your mom, you know what, I wanna run, or I wanna travel the world, or I wanna sing on stage, or I wanna dance, or whatever the case may be, right? But your parents was like, no, I need you to study. I need you to do X, Y, and Z. Could you remember any time, any experience like that?
I think for me, I have competitively danced 14 years of my life, like majority of my life. And it wasn't necessarily, no, you can't do this. It was, in order for you to do this, you need to make sure your ducks are in the row. So my grades and everything and all my activities I had to be on everything to make sure
Aligned.
that I was able to pursue this passion, which was the best, I guess, motivator because I was not giving up dance for the life of me. So I had to be on everything in order to like pursue my passions. And my mom wanted me to also be at that level as well. So
Okay.
she would also push me and ask me like what I would need from her to what I would need from the family to make sure that I'm doing what I love to do.
Okay. All right. And who would you say you were closer to, um, in the family between your mom, your dad, maybe your brother, that you would go for advice in reference to what you wanted to do?
I think in reference to what I would do,
Mm,
I think I'm very fortunate enough to have my brother, my mom, my sister, and my dad all in my life.
yeah.
And for each aspect of my life, I go to them for different things. I see them as like the experts in their lives. And
Individuality. Yeah.
right. And they all offer like they all have widely different personalities. So they all offer different perspectives. So if someone wasn't giving me something that I couldn't understand or couldn't relate with, I
Yeah.
always had someone else to connect to, and I always had someone else to speak to.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. And you, Naya, who did you who did you turn to, first of all? I'll ask you that first. Like if you needed advice, or was it basically the same?
I would turn to both of my parents because they both give good advice about different things, and it would be very helpful to like what I want to achieve in life, and
Okay.
they would be able to like help me and help me achieve that goal.
Right. I just want to say this. You guys are very well spoken, and I'm proud of you. And to see people of, I mean, I don't like necessarily to bring up, I prefer culture than to say Caribbean versus American or whatever. Even if you might be diverse, you might be American, Caribbean and stuff. It's like, I'm proud of you, very proud of you to see this is happening. All right. So Naya, in wanting to achieve something, right? Were there something that you could think of that you wanted to do and your parents said, okay, you can't do this right now?
I don't think so. I think I've been able to like get it, or they would help me get it.
Okay, okay. All
Yeah.
right. So everything you wanted to do in life from a toddler to now, anything that you could think of, you've been able to do it. Your parents allowed you to. They never told you, well, you gotta wait for this. You gotta,
If it was like of importance or it would help me in the future, then yes. But if it wasn't really important, then probably not.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the good thing about having, like how Caribbean people would say brought up see, like to put it in layman's terms. So they actually grooming you to let you know that you don't always just get what you want. You have to work towards it. So,
Yeah.
do you have a favorite poet? Or maybe a favorite singer that you might listen to? And mine is Maya Angelou, right? And there's things that I listen to her. Yeah. So do you have a favorite? Naya, I'll let you go first this time. Do you have a favorite poet, singer, anyone that you listen to in their lyrics that kind of gives you that I wouldn't say moral support, but just give you great ideas, positive ideas?
For poetry, I don't really do poetry or read poetry, but
Okay.
I really just listen to because I'm in choir, so I either listen to those songs
Okay.
that they have sing, or I just listen to the radio.
Okay, okay. What type of songs you said?
Uh, for choir songs or on the radio,
Oh,
everything
oh, general, like you kind of eclectic, like you listen to a lot of different songs as opposed to one. Okay. All right. That's nice. And
I think a little clip. Since I think I was about like 8, my dad shared with me Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou.
yeah,
And to this day, it's like that those words from that poem bring me comfort. And I never realized in the moment, because I was so young, that how powerful it was for my father figure to be providing me with that outlet and that source of like knowledge at such a young age. And
yeah,
even when I was little, I would just say phenomenal woman all the time with
yeah.
my lisp and all. And it would just bring other people comfort knowing that I was well-rounded enough to know
Hmm.
the impact of her words as well. But
Okay.
Maya Angelou is one of my favorite poets.
Yeah. You did mention a lisp. Do you think you still have it or it's controlled?
I think it's a bit controlled. I try to articulate my words a lot to make sure that it doesn't slip up.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't used to be a great public speaker. Um I think my mom suggested that I like started putting myself in positions where I would be able to work on that skill a lot. So I started taking up a lot more leadership opportunities, more spaces where I can take up space, especially as a woman of color, where my voice will be valued that way, that when it does come time where I am the voice of other people, I am articulating myself well.
Okay. Yeah, I started off the list triggered me because my daughter had a lisp and I would always tell her just do like this and
Yeah.
right. That's what I did. And I'm like, just keep it in and speak. And I was telling my siblings the same thing. You know, it's like, how did you do that? How Janine was able to do something like that? I was like, simple things, just training your mouth, and then you were able to do that. And then the same thing you're saying with encouragement, you put yourself in certain positions in order to help you with your speech and your confidence, and okay, so in competitions or even in life, there's always you'll find positive people and negative people, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes the negative people would look at you and probably say bad things, or maybe in the pageant. Have you come across that? Naya, I'd have you answer that first.
I don't think I've come across that so far. I've only had people who've been supportive and positive on
Yeah.
my and yeah, I don't have anybody negative really that's
Okay.
now.
All right. And being that you're still what school do you go to right now currently? I mean, if you don't want to say it so people don't think, but what grade are you in at present?
Eighth grade.
Which way?
I'm in eighth grade.
Oh, in eighth grade. Okay. All right. Um, and Sabri, how has that been for you?
I think in times where I've encountered negativity, especially when I think I saw something the other day and it was like, be careful that who you're happy around. And I called my mom and I was like, that's just not fair. Like, why can't other people be as supportive as I am for other people, why can't people enjoy each other's successes? And it really comes down to wanting, being like secure in in your own accomplishments. And in every competition, the only way to win is for yourself and putting your best foot forward. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you receive, the highest honors. It's really what you're getting out of it, and it's maintaining a growth mindset and putting forth the kindness that you want to receive as well. So when it comes to negativity, it's really not the best way to fight fire with fire. It's really just to put your own, embrace your own self, stay true to yourself, and really put out what you want to get back, even if you're not getting it back all the time.
All right. So we're going to show a video from Maya Angelou, and she says, you alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anyone. There's another quote that I had put down here, but I'll see that after. So I'll have my DJ in the back or engineer set up that video. It's a short clip. I didn't get the long version, so that'll give you guys homework, whoever's listening, to go listen to it, because when I looked at her bio or read her bio, she has so much. She has so much to offer to young ladies, and she went through a lot. I didn't know that she went through so much. So when I read it, I think that's what stuck with me is her history, So I'll have Ian set up that video so we could see it really quick with Maya Angelou.
Self-love is very important. You got to look at yourself and like it. Now, I've written a poem for women. I wrote it for fat women, those who hate their sizes but will do nothing about it except call a friend in the middle of the night and say, girl, there's a skinny woman still trying to get out. And I wrote it for fat women who love their sizes and who are the epitome of sensuality when they walk down the street. I wrote it for skinny women, those who deserve all our sympathy. I wrote it for all. That's it. Many people wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. When I try to show them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees, and then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, oh, it's the fire in my eyes, the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, the joy in my feet. Men themselves have...
All right, so that was the end of it. So what do you guys think of that video? What thought process do you have when you hear that? Naya, you could start. You could answer it if you like.
I like how she's supporting other women, and she's talking about how she's not like the same as everyone else, or everyone's different. Not every, or like encouraging women to love themselves and not compare to others.
Okay. And Sabri?
I too, it's one of my favorites, and I think it really does speak to individuality, but in a sense that everyone can relate to. It's like how we see ourselves in so many different lights, whether it's negative, positive, humorous. It's built to encompass like the human experience for entirely, and especially from the perspective of being a woman.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, so we have another video in reference to, well, we have two other videos. So it's just giving you incentives about the pageant and so forth. So I'll have Ian set that one up as well.
When I first started competing in pageants, everyone gave me the same advice that I hated because I just didn't understand it. I am Carolyn. I was Miss North Carolina, but now I'm just your pageant BFF here to help you slay your next pageant. Be yourself. This advice used to drive me bonkers because I literally cannot be anyone but myself. Before I won Miss North Carolina, it finally clicked. Be the you that you are with your best friends, with your family, version of you that is fun, that makes jokes. Whoever you are, you need to bring that person into the interview room. The judges get such a short period of time to get to know you in interview, so you need to find opportunities to insert who you are. I can be a really silly person, and so I found times when it was appropriate to insert that into my interview. The year I won, I literally made a joke about my feet.
Is a festival. Peek and Pep.
Hit my feet. Hurt so bad. Instead of thinking about being yourself, I want you to think about showcasing yourself because they just want to get to know who you are. I love you. I'm rooting for you.
Any thoughts?
I'd say she was spot on with that. I feel like throughout the pageant experience, you meet so many wonderful people, and the best way to connect with them is entirely showing them who you are and being so true to yourself. I've still connected with some of the girls we've competed with, and I just light up inside when I see them, and it's just such an amazing experience, and I really enjoyed being who I am and sharing my culture and learning about other Caribbean cultures throughout the experience.
Very nice. Naya, how about you?
I know me personally in the interview room, I was kind of nervous. So I should have had that, listen to that video before going into the interview room. Being able to like express myself or like be more chill and laid back and not so uptight, which probably would have helped a lot. So it's great for that video to be able to help you and show you how to bring out yourself.
Oh, very nice. All right, so I'm gonna take a quick short break and we will be back with Table Talk Show. If you guys are logging in, we are with Miss Caribbean USA pageant 2023 winners, adults and teens. Okay, so keep it locked. If you're listening on the radio, you could also see us. If you're listening on islandvibe.net, you could see us on YouTube. You could go to Island Vibe on YouTube or Table Talk Show with Nikki G and view us. We're also on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, some people like to watch it there and, talk with others. So, we'd see you in a bit. Back in 2 secs.
What's this?
Welcome to Table Talk with Nikki G the Voice, where we bring to you highlights of entrepreneurs, leaders, organizers, and much more. A broad spectrum of professionals, including chefs, artists, designers, musicians, and much, much more. Our show is a new brand of talk shows where we educate, bring transparency, and last but not least, fun. Table Talk. Get ready for our seasons, a roller coaster of emotions, all wrapped into one. Caribbean style. We'll cover our Caribbean roots as well, so keep it locked. Welcome to Table Talk. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and iTunes.
Own it, girl, you just own it, 'cause your body's on fire. Show me how to control it.
Table Talk Show is now on Island Vibes Radio. You can catch us every Saturday from 10 to 12 p.m. Log on to Island Vibes Philly or islandvibe.net.
Boss, I'm not coming to work today or any other day between June 2nd and June 9th because I'll be on board the Fatopia Cruise performing live. That's right, June 2nd to June 9th, 2024. The Fatopia Cruise. Get your cabins now. Problem Child Live. It's going to be insane. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Get your cabins now. It's going to be crazy. And it's going to be a holiday.
Fatopia.
It's your sweetheart Ray. Big mood is a big mood. Yo, you don't know it's a big mood because I am a brand ambassador and artist for the Fetopia cruise going on June 2nd to June 9th, sailing to the Bahamas. But I ain't even tell her the best part yet. We sailing right out of Brooklyn, New York. So I don't have no excuse. I want to let you go and run and secure them packages and enter the code. It's Ray because you don't know we fetting all day. We walking up all day. And it have tons of events and tons of artists like myself to keep all you entertained. Because you don't know Fetopia come to bring the thing. Wait. All is still here? What are you waiting for? Run and secure them packages. Enter It's Ray and come on. Give me the thing where you say you have for me. The thing you say you have for me.
Sabi girl no dey too like talk. Animals they in human form. Body man nobody like walk, but you must hustle if you want job. You no finish they won't fight us. If them they run them no fit catch up. I know they form say I too righteous. No con they form say you too like us. You no get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what they want telling me could deny my fantasy. They want to check if my tap ain't no wrong. But it they rush well, it be much. Now gotta make my tap be the rush. The kind money we touch, yeah. It they rush well, it be much. No be hype, everybody they crush. There's no darling with us. For me, Jackpata, I dey go Ghana. You never thought you dey from papas. Which kind money we never see before. Cause hello me, come me feeling I'm the one. Ajay. Can never take my cake away. Ajay, you can't count my grace.
Welcome back to Table Talk Show with Nikki G, the voice. I'm logged in or I'm on islandvibe.net if you'd like to see us, or you could go on YouTube. You could also go on Facebook, put in those names, Island Vibes and Nikki G, the voice on all platforms. And you would be able to see us or hear us. Right now, I am with Miss Caribbean USA 2023, the youth, adults, and teens. It's Sabri Semper and Naya Ryan. Welcome back to the show. So back to the questions. So how do you balance pageant duties with other commitments that you have, like household commitments or school and so forth? Now, Sabri, you can answer.
I owe my entire life to my calendars, my planners, and sticky notes. I stick sticky notes everywhere. It allows me to dedicate my time to make sure that I'm on top of my studying. I volunteer a lot as well, and pageant duties as well, and my family and my friends, and self-care.
Okay. Oh my God. I could just imagine. There's this show. She's not on air anymore. She's married to the basketball, and she always used to have sticky notes. Sticky notes. And that, interesting show. How about you, Naya?
It usually doesn't interfere with school or anything else. So if it does, I'm able to usually change the schedule or work around it to be able to fit these things into my schedule.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's really good. What advice would you give to aspiring pageant contestants, Naya?
I would say just be yourself and do your best and don't worry about what anybody else thinks, because at the end of the day, they're not going to be in the pageant, you will. So
All right.
I'd also say stay true to yourself, embrace growth, and serve with a purpose. You are going to be the voice of a lot of people, and it's important that you are remaining authentic and a true voice of your community to just create these meaningful relationships with all the people you will come across because it's going to be forever. The crown is forever.
Yeah.
If we only serve for a year, you are serving your community forever.
Yeah. But do you think sometimes, you would hear the advice of being authentic, but you have to know your true self? Um, Migrating from the Caribbean and coming to the US, right? It was a difficult adjustment. And then sometimes you find yourself in different ethnic groups, in different platforms, in so many different things. Was it a struggle trying to know yourself or getting to know yourself or knowing what you like? And, did you guys have any of those type of struggles?
I personally, I did. I think um, I'm come from a very blended family. I'm not, my dad's Trini and my mom is Ethiopian, and their cultures are like other sides of your hands. And
Yeah.
I found myself finding some place in the middle. And it's very confusing for people that don't experience a very like blended or like multicultural life. And if you're not confident in what you know and who you are, other people will try to disprove who you are. And I find that more frustrating to me than uplifting because I I do love who I am and I love where I come from, and I love sharing that with other people. And I just want to create a space where other people can also do that as well.
I think
So
the not knowing is why people do what they do. Their knowledge and their background and so forth
yeah.
doesn't allow them to attain why you come from a different culture, why your skin color is this way, why you always smile. People always ask me, why are you so happy?
Yeah.
Because I'm happy. Like, I'm not gonna be down. Like, I have my down moments, but happiness carries me through life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Naya, how about you?
Can you please repeat the question?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had it right there, and I went off focus with the question and so forth. Let's see. To use your platform, what inspired you to be? Oh gosh, you remember the question?
I think it was how do you balance your pageant duties with the other commitments?
Yeah. How do you balance your pageant duties with the things that you have to do at home and so forth?
Oh, I just work around it. The things I have to do at home. So
Yeah.
I balance duties with what I also have to do for either dance or school, and then I like change my schedule to be able to fit things in.
Okay. Let's see. How do you plan to use your platform to promote Caribbean culture and value? Anyone could jump in.
I'm a big advocate for my community as well as other Caribbean communities. I've also em embraced myself in other cultural clubs as well, and to make sure that the situations that are going on in the other Caribbean communities are also given that platform as well, because we are all coming from similar situations. And what's I have a lot of Haitian friends as well, and what is going on in Haiti is like very, very disheartening currently, and we are doing everything we can right now to like help them as well. And we fundraise a lot at school, and I'm just tried my best to educate my peers as well, especially my peers that are not from the Caribbean or who have other stigmas on what is going on in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I guess knowledge is power when it comes to um, the political climate as well, and educating yourself and educating others around you to remove these stigmas.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. How about you, Naya? How do you plan to use your platform to promote Caribbean culture and value?
Well, when I went on my vacation in February, and people from school were asking me like, where'd you go, or like, where were you? So I was able to educate them on where I'm from, like what's my background, so that they know, and also like encouraging other people from the Caribbean to be able to do these events so that they can um, talk about their culture, their heritage, and where they're from.
Okay, very nice. How has the journey been since your victory of Miss Caribbean USA pageant? Naya, you could answer that. Team.
It's going well. I wouldn't say that it's like really, really busy to the point where I'm like overwhelmed, but I think that everything that I have been doing so far has really helped me. Like with this, I'm able to like talk and help with my public speaking, and then also like meeting other people from other events and being able to tell them about this pageant.
Oh, very nice. And you, Sabri?
I'd say my journey has been very transformative. Um, Never have I thought I'd ever be a model or walk in any type of fashion show. And recently I've gotten the opportunity to do that as well and speak for about the pageant and about my Caribbean heritage as well to a room full of people who are not Caribbean. And they were just so intrigued and so supportive and so like it was just such an amazing environment to be in. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I'm so glad to be down this journey.
Oh, very nice. But how were you like you said you didn't know you were going to be in the pageant and this is your first and so forth. Like what made you enter the pageant? Did someone ask you to, or what exactly happened?
I think I was at an event and my father was playing steel drum and I had talked to I think Denise before and she was like, "Wow, you're such a wonderful young lady." And she went over to introduce herself to my father because she's on the Trini flag and saw him playing steel drum. He was like, "Oh, have you met my daughter?" And she was like, "She's Trini too?" Um, and I introduced myself further, spoke a long time with Denise, the president of Miss Caribbean, and I
Okay.
got her contact information. I applied and I interviewed, and I became one of the contestants for this year. But
Mm.
it was definitely while I was in the midst of looking for a space to continue um, sharing my Caribbean heritage in Philadelphia as well.
Mhm. Okay. And Naya, how did you enter the pageant? Did someone mention it to you, or did you meet Denise as well, or how did that?
Um, my grandmother's friend knew about the pageant, and so she asked my grandmother, since I have a Caribbean background, for me to join the pageant, and so I ended up joining the pageant and becoming a contestant.
Okay. What part of the pageant do you most enjoy? Because I know being in a pageant has the stigma of being beautiful or being a certain weight or, having certain physiques and so forth. Is there any part of it that you like in general and any parts that you don't like in general, not targeting the Caribbean competition that you entered?
For me, I really talent part, so where you get to showcase what your best strengths are. And
Yeah.
then I also like meeting the contestants when we first get there and
Yeah.
learning who I'd be competing against, because then it makes us like all just a little bit closer. But the part that I don't really like, probably the speaking parts or the interviews. It's the most nerve-wracking part.
Yeah, I mean, you're being honest. It is nerve-wracking. I mean, anything, if you're a person that, don't like public speaking and you have to learn to do certain things, it definitely is nerve-wracking. It's a skill that it's a quiet skill. Yeah. Sabri, how about you?
Um, I I think for me, I also really enjoy the talent because I just love to dance. And what I didn't really enjoy was the moments of like public speaking as well, only because I was so nervous. And I
Yeah.
feel like when I'm dancing and I get nervous, I'm like, it's muscle memory. It'll come to me when I'm on stage. And when I'm speaking and I'm nervous, I get trapped in my head sometimes and I start to stutter or the lisp falls out. And
Mm.
I can't exactly take that back or play it off as if I would if I'm dancing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. You just like bringing back memories of certain things because I did that as a child. Well, as a child, I was what? I was probably 17 when I first entered this competition, and a friend asked me, oh, well, this was back in Trinidad, and she asked me, she's like, Nicole, would you like to model for us? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. But when it came to talking, when the media was there and they was like, oh, you look like such and such, you wanna talk to us on camera? I'm like, no. I was like, no, I don't want to, because it wasn't that type of, but I didn't know back then. I didn't have the training and everything that you have. I didn't have that. That was just to sell clothes and that was it. And then I had other opportunities as well. All right. So we're gonna take a quick short break, have everyone enjoy a little bit of our music, and then we'll get back with the two beauty queens in a minute. All right, keep it locked to islandvibe.net.
Okay, it's the sweet top ray. Big mood is a big mood. Yo, you don't know it's a big mood because
Broadcasting
I am a brand
live
ambassador and
from
artist.
Philadelphia,
That's
Island Vibe,
it.
Philly's newest and hottest station.
You're listening to IslandVibes.net. All your hits banging right here. Philly #1 Caribbean station. Best in dancehall.
Undisputed champion, heavyweight, world great. I the make Gaza celebrate.
Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya.
Algunos parecen todavía viven en el siglo de la hombría. Que esta regla es solo para ellos y que para tu hombre te maquilla.
Love in my heart, rum in my veins. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again.
And more. IslandVibes.net.
Are you coming? Are you coming? You know, this is Mandela Link, all the way from Post and should be needed the job celebrity. Are you coming? Are you coming? You know, this is Mandela Link, all the way from Post and should be needed the job celebrity. And you know, I'm here to tell you about Fedtopia. From June 2nd to June 9th, the ultimate carnival and the sea here. We're playing a mass together. We're leaving from New York City. Then we're heading down to Miami, then we're going straight to the Bahamas and we're playing a mass together. I will be there performing live and living color alongside many other big artists like Problem Child. And the list goes on and on and on. So here now, book your cabins now. Come on, let's play a mass together. Fedtopia.
Welcome back to islandvibe.net with Nikki G, the voice on Table Talk Show. If you just logged in, we're talking to the two USA Caribbean beauty queens, Miss Caribbean USA pageant 2023 for young adults and teens. I have a poem to share. My mom is my biggest fan and she's always sharing the links and so forth. So I would like to share a poem with you that she sent me. It says, a lovely poem for you. As I was walking down life's highway many years ago, I came upon a sign that read, Heaven's Grocery Store. When I got a little closer, the door swung open wide. And when I came to myself, I was standing inside. I saw a host of angels They were standing everywhere. One handed me a basket and said, "But child, shop with care." Everything a human needed was in the grocery store, and what you could not carry, you could come back for more. First, I got some patience. Love was love was in that same row. Further down was understanding. You need that everywhere you go. I got a box or two of wisdom and faith, a bag or two. A charity, of course, was needed. Some of that too. I couldn't miss the Holy Ghost. It was all over the place. And then the strength and courage to help me run this race. My basket was getting full, but I remembered I needed grace. And then I chose salvation, for salvation was the fee. I tried to get enough of that to do for you and me. Then I started to counter to pay my grocery bill. For I thought I had everything to do the master's will. When I went up the aisles and I saw pray and put that in, for I knew when I stepped outside, I would run into sin. Peace and love. I think this is really long. Okay, so, I mean, it's very, very beautiful. I would read the ending and give you guys more because this is a long grocery list and it's very, very appropriate and very good. All right, so we have a video that we're going to set up for another person who was in a pageant, and she have some tips for you. And then we'll get back into the questions in a minute. It's about a minute long.
Hi, my name is Angel, and I'm here to give you pageant prep tips for beginners. So I'm going to go into a few things as this series goes along, but the first thing I want to do, number one, is very foundational, and I know it's going to come off very cliche, and it's going to be like, what the heck am I going to, how is this going to help me get the crown? But I can promise you, if you get this very foundational tip, you master it, you're on your way closer to get the crown. All right, so the first thing you really want to work on is your confidence. Believe it or not, guys, when you get to that pageant day or on that stage, you're going to see so many beautiful women, so many beautiful gowns, and everyone's in their makeup and their hair is done. And it can be easy, if you haven't already done the work, to kind of shrink back and start comparing yourself. And that will take you off your game. So you're not going to compare yourself. You're going to build your confidence, and you're going to do so using affirmations. I am the greatest. I am enough. I am beautiful.
Yeah. I know we spoke about this. We touched on it with affirmations and confidence and so forth. Do you find yourself doing that in everyday life or even in the pageant when you joined, Sabri? Oh, I think the mics are
I think in the pageant when I joined, I definitely at the beginning started finding myself comparing and making myself a little bit smaller. That's why I feel like having my mom there was the best decision I've made. I'm so grateful for her. She reminded me it's important that I remember that I do deserve to take up space, that I do deserve to be there, and I am just as important as everybody else. And I feel like I'm also a bit grateful for the hesitancy that I had for my confidence as well, because it made the confidence I had feel more authentic.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a sense of cockiness. It was a sense of respect for myself, respect for my heritage, and like I'm missing the word, that I was just proud to be there for me, as opposed to feeling like I deserved to be there. So it was a different perspective that I had on confidence, and I enjoyed it a lot more because I was happy for everybody that was there, and I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Naya? How do you feel about the video on confidence, and did you go through something like that?
I agree with Sabrina when she talks about having her mom there, because I did mess up on a section, and that just did lower my confidence. But then when I had my mom and she saw how upset I was, she just told me to go back on there, go back out, put a smile on my face, and have confidence and finish it strong.
Yeah, yeah. Confidence it means a lot, in everyday life. You driving, no matter what you do, you need that certain confidence to carry on, We always think that we have to be perfect, but we're human. So there are things that we might do that might be kind of like out of character, like forgetting your question on a show on air and so forth, things like that happen. So it's just how you pick yourself back up, and then how you learn from that experience, and then how you continue. And then somebody can learn from you, somebody could definitely learn from you, looking at you right now and seeing how you exude confidence and carry that on. So, Sabri, you're a student. Are you a student at Temple University?
Yes.
All right. How do you manage? I mean, the time factor. I'm just amazed because I've had artists on here who are also working for the army, who are parents, who are juggling so much. So how do you juggle your time with being a student at the university? For instance, just okay, what I should say is give us a daily, because that's generic. Give us a day experience with you from beginning to end, summarized. Yeah.
Just summary, I think I should preface with I'm very involved at school. I have two jobs which I love here. One is I have two of them, both of them work for the College of Science and Technology. One is assistant teacher for a first year seminar for first generation students. And the other is a peer advisor for the College of Science and Technology. And I've kind of like engulfed myself in those roles because I think it's very important that there is representation for not just women, but women that look like me in those fields of study.
Yeah.
And throughout my day, I am answering emails. I'm very available for my students. I'm also I'm a morning person, so my classes mostly start 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and I'll have a lab during the day. That's about 3 hours. And I practice at night. That's 2 hours. And in the in-between, I'm studying. Sometimes on the weekends or on a Wednesday where it's a little bit lighter, I'll spend my time volunteering as well.
Yeah.
But I try to make some time for myself. When I do come home, I do need that rest and relaxation and time to check in on myself as much as I want to help other people. I need to make sure I'm there all the way as well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
In order to focus. Yeah, people would ask, how do you manage time? Do you ever sleep? But I think when you do what you love, sometimes time doesn't exist. Even though it does exist. Time is infinity. So we put a bracket to what time is. It's 24 hours, it's 48 hours. But I remember a time I'm in the car and a friend of mine was like, could you drive? And I'm like, I just need to close my eyes a little bit. So I closed my eyes and then I'm like, okay, I'm fine, because I knew I had to drive. I know I had to get myself home, but I knew it would take just a little muster of energy for me to do what I have to do. And it's really a mindset, right? Yeah. Naya, in your school, I think the good thing is that you have someone older. So let's say, an adult or young adult and so forth, right? The way how they have the competition. So you see people who are older than you and what they speak about and so forth. What is your plans for like your future education? What are you doing in school right now to plan for that?
My plans for future, I really want to become a surgeon. So right now, my mom is in the medical field and she has a physical therapy practice. So I help her and I help her with her patients, like learning different names of what things are called. And for school, I'm really just trying to get all A's and keep my grades up.
Okay. Okay. So you want to be a physical surgeon as well, or is it going to be general?
Just I'm not sure what kind of surgeries I want to perform yet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You don't know what you want to specialize in as yet. per se. Okay. I know you're in the car, and is it hot? Is the temperature hot? Are you okay? Everything's good?
Good.
Okay, so on my show, you can drink water, you can wind the window down. I just want you to make sure that you're relaxed. You can lean back, you know, if whatever makes you feel comfortable. All right. I don't want for you guys to feel uneasy or anything like that. I actually had one of my producer friends driving, and he has to come back on the show. He knows that. But he was in the car and he was driving, but I really wanted him to send his message out to everyone. So he was like, no problem. Just wherever you are, we're gonna do this interview. And it was nice. It shows people out there that, on your busy days, there's things that you're doing and you're multitasking and so forth. And, this is what happens. But I know because of the competition that you're in and what you're involved in, there's a certain persona that you have to portray as well, so I totally understand that. Let's see. In what ways do you believe your background and experience uniquely qualified for the title? Like, what made you win per se?
It's tough to say what about you made you win because there were like a lot of aspects to the competition. There's an interview, there's a cultural talent, there's a talent, there's questions, there's evening gown, and I feel like this pageant, because it's a culture-based pageant, it does focus on you as an individual, who you represent, and the community you are representing as well. So I I wasn't one of the judges, but I did have the opportunity to judge another Caribbean pageant recently.
Yeah.
And I believe the winner was just the person that like really showed who she was through every step of the way. Every secular category, she brought us like all together by showing us who she was. And I was laughing with her. I was smiling with her. I was jumping out of my chair to dance with her. It was
Yeah. So she had you engaged.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. All right. Naya, how about you?
I'm not really sure because I don't know what runs through the judge's head or what they're looking for that
Yeah.
day. But I would say maybe the person who like showcases their culture the most that day, or like who does activities to show that they're like connected to their culture or their heritage.
Okay. Do they have, because sometimes when they do sports, they'll have like categories, which was your strong points, and maybe you learned that, did they share that with you at all after the show or during the show to say, you did well in this and so forth?
I think at the end we did get trophies for which categories we excelled in.
Okay.
Yes, and I think some of the categories had a different weight than other ones, which they shared
Okay.
beforehand as well.
So which one did you do well in? Which one did you excel in, if you could remember?
I believe I got best talent and evening gown in question.
Okay, very nice. Anaya, did you do you remember what you got best in, if in the competition they share that with you?
I think I also got best talent for my category, and then I think it was cultural.
Okay.
I got it.
All right. So your plans for the future, how do you envision representing the Caribbean community in the United States during your reign?
I am planning to continue my work of advocacy as well as finding more Caribbean organizations to volunteer for as well. There is a few at home that are very close to my heart that do encourage other members of the community as well as like to participate, as well as cultivating like still the Caribbean experience within their community. And I have been doing it before the pageant, and I don't plan on stopping after. So that's my plans.
Yeah. Okay. And Naya, what's your plans? What plans do you envision to represent the Caribbean community?
Maybe just volunteering for more Caribbean events or cultural events that showcase uh, Caribbean aspects, or just like, yeah, volunteering different Caribbean places.
Okay. All right. Um, I'm skipping through some because you basically answered that. What message would you like to convey to young Caribbean Americans who look up to you as a role model?
A message that I would like to convey is, as you are, I mean, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
And as a whole, there's so much our community can offer,
Yeah.
especially in America. Not necessarily believing in the American dream, but believing in your own dreams and pursuing that and remaining remaining confident as well. Like I feel like the things that I've learned from not just only my community, but other Caribbean communities are like invaluable to my experience. I I'm a big believer in like food is the way to my heart, and I learn most about other cultures through the way that we cook, I guess. It does in Caribbean dishes, there are different foods that represent different parts of our culture, like a good fried
Yeah.
dish.
Yeah.
It's a staple, and it's not necessarily something that a friend of mine would know. And it's amazing that I can share such a large part of our history through some just food.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
It tells a lot. Food alone, there's so many questions people would ask you about the ethnic groups and where they came from and how come we're so diverse. And there's so many things that you get from there. And food, music, love, there's so many things that bring people together. Naya, how about you? What message would you like to convey to Caribbean Americans who look up to you as a role model?
I would say don't let your Caribbean heritage be pushed aside. Really bring it out, and if you dream big, you'll be able to achieve whatever you like, as long as you keep trying.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it down to the nitty-gritty of things at home. Like, do you get chores that you have to do? And do you feel like because you are at the stature you are now, that you shouldn't be doing no chores and you shouldn't be washing dishes and you shouldn't be making up your bed and you shouldn't be putting away your clothes and so forth? Does that happen? Naya, I'll start with you.
No, I feel like you still have to do what you're asked to do, like washing dishes, putting away your clothes, laundry, making up
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Okay. So you honestly help your mom and dad out in the house. They don't have to pull and tug with you for that.
Sometimes, yes, but not all.
Okay. Sabri?
Every time I visit home, my mom reminds me I'm not a house guest. I am participating, if not doing all of everything. I am helping her cook, I'm helping her clean. But it's also that's my favorite moments with her. That's my favorite moments with my father, with my little brother, like running outside and getting the groceries. Or cleaning the whole house minutes before we have people over. It's the stress. I don't know, maybe the stress of it brings us together, but it's also we all put on our favorite music and we sing around and dance around, and it's our like bonding time together. So I don't necessarily think those tasks are tedious for me or my family. It's our the way that we like come together as well with
Yeah. All right. So I have a game that I usually play. So I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit, play this game, and then we'll get back into the questions. All right. So my game is Let me see. It doesn't have to be lengthy, your answer. It could be one word, right? And then I have a word game where it's just one word. Give me one advice about having friends.
Honesty.
Okay. Naya?
Trustworthy.
Okay. I'm not sure. You're kind of breaking up a little bit.
Oh, trustworthiness.
Okay. Goals. Give me advice about chasing your goals. This one you could go in length, in depth.
I would say it's a good balance between dreaming big and having steps to get to that dream, like laying out a plan for it.
Anaya?
I would say like how I said it earlier, like dream big and do what you need to do to be able to reach that goal. Don't go off track, stay on the right track and continue working hard.
Okay. What advice would you give to your younger self? Well, younger than you are, Naya. What advice would you give to your younger self that you could remember? Like, I would advise you this way because, this is what I know now.
I would say to stay confident because I realize like as I get older, maybe my confidence starts to drift a little bit. So stay confident and be who you are.
Okay.
I'd also say you are enough and stay confident. I remember when I was at Naya's age, I was just a little shyer than I am typically, and it was just fear of being accepted. And I know that now that accepting myself is enough.
Yeah.
And everyone else will fall in line in time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if it's something, I'm sure boys go through it, boys, men, males, go through it. But as a woman, acceptance, it's a tough thing when it comes to women because if it's not friends, it's family, either or. And it's a battle in between that in itself, you know? If you had to do anything over again, what would you do and why? At the top of your head.
Oh.
Anybody who wants to jump in first can jump in.
I don't know if I don't know if there is anything that I would want to redo. Oh,
Okay.
this I think because I try to do everything as if I'm doing it for the last time.
Okay.
I feel like that puts wherever I am in life, like I put it all out on the table. So I try not to go back and regret the things that I've done. And instead, if it was a mistake, I'm learning from it. If it was something great, I can also learn from that as well.
All right. So for some reason, exams is coming in my head. So, right. So, was there an exam that you took and you feel like, you know what? If I went back, I shouldn't have taken the second answer. I should have taken the first and so forth. So, what made you laugh and why? Like, in reference to
The last week I had 3 exams back to back, and
Mm.
I had a lot of those regrets, if that's what you're speaking about.
Yes,
There
yes.
are some questions where it's like, I know this, why did I pick something else? And it's just like that internal frustration, but I don't think that it was something that I'm like, it's the end of the world. I'm gonna dwell on it forever.
Yeah.
I kind of bring myself back to reality afterwards.
Yeah. And the good thing about school, I think sometimes, even though it might be expensive, I don't know how, university is paid for and so forth, but you could go back and do those electives, not electives, but you could go back and do those exams if you want to, correct? Or you have to take the course again and then
Yeah,
the,
I'd have to
the
take the course
right.
again.
And that's more money and so forth, depending on, what you want to achieve. Naya, would you like to answer that?
Exams. I also had a lot of exams last week. I had about like 4 exams in one day.
What?
So I had one like each class. It was a lot. But I mean, I understand like how like the questions, how you would like want to redo them because I know I did mess up on a few questions.
Yeah.
And like I was like, I know these questions by heart. I studied for them. So
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. But I think it's just the stress in the moment.
Mm-hmm. So if you have to advise yourself and you got a chance to go back to do it, what would you advise yourself to do in that moment, Naya?
Take more time, read each question more carefully,
Okay.
really think out your written responses.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sabri, how would you answer that? Like, what would advice would you give yourself to?
I think I'm a serial second guesser, and I
Mhm.
need to spend more time trusting myself.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it, but I think exams are a prime example of where I fall short.
Yeah, it's a test of time, you know. It's definitely a test of time. And that's why even everything I write about, even my hashtags, you know, hashtags is a big thing. I'm always hashtagging life, you know, because it's always a learning process, always, and you could use it. Let's say you go through some traumatic experience now, you know, and people would tell you life experiences make you who you are for the future, you know. And I'm saying because I'm older than you, you're young and you're still learning and you're growing and you're doing so much that some youths are not doing, you know. So every experience you have, just take it as a life experience. And then just as you say, you know, there's the serial second guesser type thing. I guess when you're doing your exam, remember that and try. I'm saying that, and sometimes I do it. I'm like, am I really making the right choice? Am I really think you could talk and talk and talk, but you know, it's really having that confidence and saying, you know what, I did this so many times. Now it's time to stop. Let me answer it this way. Because if you're getting it wrong the first, second, third time, then yeah, you know, it's time to stop on your first answer is the correct one, you know? Yeah. So I've asked people this question and they always ask me, am I dead? You're not dead in this question. This question is basically if heaven had a gate and you're able to walk up to this gate, just where you are, and you're able to walk up to that gate, what advice, I don't know what religious group you're in and so forth. So this is just a general question, right? You have to walk up to that gate and ask God to tell you something. What would you want him to tell you?
Maybe where I'll be in the next few years, like which college I'll be at, what what path I took, like did I actually become what I wanted to become, and how's my life going?
Oh, nice. Very nice. And Sabri?
I think I would just ask, I mean, I would hope that I would just get some reassurance, like that what I'm doing right now in the present
Yeah.
will make me happy in the future.
Yeah.
I don't think I necessarily want to know exactly what I'm going to be doing in the future because that's all I'm going to think about. And I know,
I
but
know, it's like, I'm going to the path of what he tells me. But the good thing is he knows because they always say, our path is already, how should I say? Our path is already there. It's already planned out. It depends on the road we take. So if he's telling you you're going to be in university and you know that you have to pass these exams and you got to do these things to do it, you know you're going to be in that path unless somebody comes up and say, you know, they stop your plans or whatever the case is. But they said, you know, what's to be will be, you know? Yeah. Okay, so this is my word game. One word, one word I give you, you just give me one word answer. Whatever comes to the top of your head when I give you that word. Miss Teen, Naya.
Pageant.
Okay. Um, Miss Caribbean, Sabri.
confidence.
Okay. World, Naya.
Humanity.
Same thing for you, Sabri.
Community.
All right. Education, Naya.
Learning.
Sabri.
Privilege.
Yeah, yes. Friends, Naya.
More like love, I guess.
Okay. Sabri.
Home.
All right. Caribbean culture, Naya.
Trinidad.
Ah.
I was gonna say Trinidad too.
Yeah. All right. Do you as you said that like your dad is from Trinidad, right? Your mom is from Egypt?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, right. Do you for my daughter and my son, they connect with Trinidad, and my daughter would be like, I'm Trinidadian, but they're Trinidadian and they're Kenyan. So they're African, American, Caribbean, but they pick my side and I'm proud. But I want them to pick their own sides and so forth. I want them to be able to speak different languages if they'd like to, that type of thing. Do you have that within your family where, of course you pick Trinidad, but why do you pick Trinidad, even though your dad is, why not your mom's country?
Although I am Miss Caribbean and I am representing Trinidad, I am very I don't think I pick either side more because I feel like they both complete me as a whole. My dad will tell everybody I'm 75% Trini, and as much as you'll believe it, I really am fortunate enough to have also my grandparents from both sides close to me at home. And once at a Sunday, like once a month, when I was at home, we would all get together for dinner and it'd be food, conversation, music from both sides. And it's as long as I've known, it is like complete me to who I am. So I've done the whole week of Ethiopian wedding, and I've also gone to Carnival in Canada for a week, and I've had the best of both worlds. So I actually wouldn't want to pick one side over the other. Not for a political reason, but like because it's me. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Naya, being of Caribbean American descent, I don't know if anybody else in your family is of any other, let's say Guyanese or any other Caribbean island or African island. Why did you say Trinidad as opposed to the US or any other island?
Because most of my family, I would say, yeah, all or most of my family is from Trinidad, so I don't really have like another Caribbean or African descent.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. All right, we're gonna take a short break. Let our girls relax a little bit, have you guys go if I don't know, is it lunchtime? It's not lunchtime as yet, but I know people are preparing their lunch and they're doing their things and enjoying the two young ladies that I have here. I have some questions that people are asking. I'm gonna visit Facebook, see what questions we have there, and come back with you maybe in a minute or two. Thank you for logging in to islandvibe.net and Table Talk Show with me, Nikki G, the voice. And would you guys like to share your handles before we go on break so they can find you if you have a handle, meaning Instagram, Facebook, or so forth? If someone needs to reach you in reference to anything that they'll like you to, you could divulge that information. I start with you, Sabri.
On Facebook and Instagram, my handle is Sabrine Semper with no space.
Okay. Anaya?
I don't have any.
Okay. Understandable. So if anyone wants to, well, one question they asked, and you could divulge it if you like. I guess it's somebody that they know they wants to know who's with you in the car. You could divulge it if you want. But how does someone reach you? Let's say they need you in a competition and they saw you. Do they reach out to your parents? If you don't want to give an email, then you could basically say, well, they could reach out to Island Vibe and we could divulge that information. How does someone reach out to you because you're still young?
I guess through my mom or my dad. My dad's with me right now in the car.
Okay. All right. All right. And do they have an email that they would like to share, or is there a space that they would like to share, or a website or anything like that? Or is that something in confidence that they would have to reach out to the competition itself to get that information? How does that work?
Competition itself has an Instagram and an email that can organize like connecting either of us to whoever needs to reach us as well.
Okay, that's perfect. All right.
They were saying Miss Denise.
Oh, Miss Denise. All right. Okay. So, all right, perfect. So we'll take a little break. We'll take a short break and then we'll come back, see if we have any questions out there. We'll visit Facebook and all the other platforms. And some people might be on YouTube. You can also go there and ask us your questions. If you're logged in there and you're hearing us and you haven't seen us answer any questions yet, I haven't gone over there yet. So, all right. So keep it locked to islandvibe.net. Table Talk Show with Nikki G.
Talk to me. Boss, I'm not coming to work today or any other day between June 2nd and June 9th because I'll be on board the Fatopia cruise performing live. That's right, June 2nd to June 9th, 2024. The Fatopia cruise. Get your cabins now. Problem Child Live is going to be insane. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Get your cabins now. It's going to be crazy. And it's going to be a holiday.
Fantopia. Fantopia.
When we outside, it's an ocean of love. All that we align to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Tell them we not leaving till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I run in town again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home. 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 I feel like I run in town again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home. 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 Now is the time for it to jam on somebody. Hand up in the air. Madness everywhere. It's in with DNA. To get on bad when we on the roadway. We like we own way. Tell them freedom in with DNA. When every hand raised, we become one race. It's only one stage. This is the birthplace. Look where we are. Greatest carnival. So magical. It's a blessing sent from above. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Tell them we not leaving till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I run in town again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home. 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 I feel like I run in town again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home. 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 Now is
go jump till the moon come down. It's we who the stars shine on. Play a mass and break.
Welcome back, everyone, to Table Talk Show with Nikki G, the voice on islandvibe.net. I'm here with my guest, who's representing Miss Caribbean USA Pageant 2023 for the youth, adults, and teens. All right. My ladies have a very, very busy schedule, and they have a lot of things to do today. Today is Saturday. I'm sure everybody has their plans and so forth. I want to thank you both for gracing my show. It has been such a pleasure. Such a pleasure. All right. Do you have anything you'd like to say to my guests that's out there? Sabrina, I'll start with you. Sabrina, I'll start with you.
I'm sorry, I was muted again.
No problem. Sorry about that.
Thank you for having me. The Miss Caribbean pageant has a few events coming up as well.
Yeah.
The next is a fundraiser for the pageant, and it's a Mother's Day high tea on May 5th. And there will be live music, fashion show, keynote speaker, and plenty of food. So if anyone in the community would like to come together for mothers and daughters to celebrate each other, it's very well. You're all welcome.
Very good. Thank you. Anaya, any last words?
I would say thank you for tuning in, and thank you, Miss Nikki, for having me today. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. You're really welcome. Do you have any projects that's coming up yourself that you'd like anyone to know about, or just to talk about something that you're interested in really quick?
Well, I do have this event tomorrow that I'm doing, and it's Make Me Pretty Tea, and it's a tea party for mothers and their daughters, and I'll be like making an appearance there and also dancing with my sister.
Oh, beautiful. Would you like people to know where this is, or is it like a private event, the tea party?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right, no problem. So thank you so much, ladies. I wish you all the best in all your endeavors. I'm proud of you, as I said. Remember me in the future, whatever I might have said or told you. And you can email me anytime. You could visit me on Facebook. It's Nikki G the Voice. My email is nikkigthevoice@gmail.com. You could also email talktable57 at gmail.com. So any questions you have, you could email us and let us know. If you have any videos and so forth that you want to share, you could send it to us, flyers and so forth. You could talk to Ian and then we take it from there. So all the best and thank you again. All right.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
You too. You too. Thank you. Oh.
We can log off?
Yeah, you can log off. Sorry. You can log off.
Good radio.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, take care. All right, so for my guests that's logged on, I want to finish. Huh? You see? All right, my boss is buffing me up in the back here. He has to explain what that message is. But I want to just finish this poem really quick that my mom sent me. I'm just gonna randomly finish from where I think I stopped at. Okay, so the poem continues. I'll start from peace. Peace and joy were plenty. So this poem, if you guys are now logging in, it's a poem that I started that my mom had sent to me. And it says at the beginning, a lovely poem for you. And this person is basically walking in heaven's grocery store. All right. And they're shopping for things in life that they might be able to use. So peace and joy were plentiful, the last things on the shelf, Song and praise were hanging near, so I just helped myself. Then I said to the angel, now, how much do I owe? He smiled and said, just take them everywhere you go. Again, I asked, really now, how much do I owe? My child, he said, God paid your bill a long, long time ago. This poem has been sent to you with love and blessings. It originated in the Netherlands and has been around the world 9 times. Okay, so it's basically like a chain thing, but it was very beautiful. My mom is one of my biggest fans, and she sends me these things, poems and so forth, you know. So that's my support system. My support systems, I have good few friends, couple of friends. I want to shout out my friend Andrea, who's always logged in, and she's always there giving me advice and so forth, you know. So what we're gonna do, I am going to check and see if we have any questions coming in. All right, so Andrea's on. And she said, beautiful ladies. So she's giving you guys your props and blessings for joining the show. You know, those 2 ladies were really, really beautiful individuals. And I hope it helped the youths of today, or anyone that's listening, or even the parents. You know, parents have a lot to do. You know, you carry yourselves really well, and it shows in the kids that you bring up today, that, you know, you've been doing a lot. I'm seeing. Oh, all right. So I just got advice for myself. It says, keep smiling, keep shining. Know you can always count on God. That is really nice. Very, very nice. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's go over to Facebook and see if anyone mentioned anything. I want to know how everyone's day is going, actually, because today it seems like it's going to be a pretty decent day. And the sun has come out. All right. Oh, right. So Shelly said, hello, beautiful queens. So I want to big up Shelly for sending her love and appreciation to everyone. All right. We're gonna share some music with you right now. It's gonna be kind of a countdown. I'll have Ian play, you know, start off with something, and then we'll take it from there. We might log off a little bit earlier since the ladies left. All right. So Ian, take it away with your first song whenever you're ready.
Boss, I'm not coming to work today or any other day. Boss, I'm not coming to work today or any other day between June 2nd and June 9th because I'll be on board the Fatopia cruise performing live. That's right, June 2nd to June 9th, 2024. The Fatopia cruise. Get your cabins now. Problem Child Live is going to be insane. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Get your cabins now. It's going to be crazy. And it's going to be a holiday. Fatopia.
Classic, man's classic, yo, man a classic, man a classic like Cortina with fur on the dash, lace cover the headrest, front rear to match, roll out clean, no tint on this glass, so you can see the green, yellow, red like that flash on the equalizer, match with the bright color leopard visor, build my own sound system, MacGyver, strobe like gold, left, right, night rider, classic like white wall wheel with spoke rim, and the spoke rim come chrome with gold trim, classic like first bow flex in home gym, classic like 10 fingers with gold ring, classic like ranking people them time with a semp in a case whistling and molting, classic like butter bullet shoes and those things, Trinidad 80s, you know where you know king, boom, man's classic like 80s baby, 80s baby, 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 man's classic like the 80s, 80s, baby, baby, man's classic like 80s baby, 80s baby, 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 man's classic like the 80s. White Adidas with the shell tip, black Kangal bucket and velvet. Fit you right like Darth Vader helmet. One drip multiply like gremlins. Classic like the 80s with the rise of the Chicago Bulls and the rule of the Celtics. Where the pump up Reebok was the rail kicks. And on the dashboard had a bottle up of the half empty. Fresh track suit like Run DMC. Big rope chain and the middle not empty. So heavy, doctors say it not healthy. To carry that weight on the neck, son, you should be with that thing rest down. Chilling on your couch watching Calabash, Ali or Benson. Never realize we go back to the future where we classic like Jetson. Man's classic like 80s, baby. 80s, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Man's classic like the 80s. 80s, baby, baby. Man's classic like 80s, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Man's classic like the 80s. The 80s, baby, baby. And if you see me style, say how it wise. So loud, don't like the night. So long, more than a mile. And if you hear the crowd surround, how it loud and crowd, don't hide, don't shroud. So cloud, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like 10 speed and BMX on the brown Mitsubishi Lancer GLX on the 120Y with the Pioneer deck with the big clock face where you load the cassette. Classic like the red chopper bike where you get with the gears on the shaft right up to the neck. Classic like Jericho when the thing set one shake left right and everything wet. Classic like pamphlet for gospel. Classic like TDK cassette and Maxwell. Memorex Fuji Sony as well. VHS cassette make Betamax stuff sell. Classic like the analog switch on the big back TV and your dolly on the MDF long shell. Just like the stripe on TV, that's what you see when you see me. Classic like that, believe me. Man's classic like 80s, baby. 80s, baby, 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 baby. Man's classic like the 80s, 80s, baby, baby. Man's classic like 80s, baby, 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 baby. Man's classic like the 80s, the 80s, baby, baby, baby. And if you see me style, say how it was.
Welcome back, and thank you for logging into islandvibe.net. We're also on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and you could add me on all social medias and Nikki G The Voice. My website is www.nikkigmedia.com. On SoundCloud, you can find me at Nikki G The Voice as well. All right, so just Google me, Nikki G The Voice, and you'll be able to add me everywhere. Okay. I want to thank you again to the Miss Caribbean USA pageant for, allowing the two ladies to be on with us. It was a pleasure. Just the confidence that they exude. And as you can see, if we have youths that's on our live or parents, and some adults could use this as well, as far as confidence is concerned, right? Just remember that we're always learning, we're growing. You have your talents, you put it out there and you do your best. You might have haters out there. You always focus on the negative, and just keep it going, right? We're humans here to share the gifts that we have, and there'll be stumbling blocks along the way, but you just continue down that road of success. Those stumbling blocks are teachers to let us know that, this is what you've done and this is probably what you're not going to do again. You might probably stumble a few times. You will stumble a few times, but you just keep your chin up, keep your head up. They say everybody have their cross to bear. Your cross might be bigger than someone else's, but they say all crosses are the same. Across the board, or the weight of it or the size of it or whatever might be the same. Okay. So it looks like in New York or New Jersey, or if you're in the tri-state area, it's going to be a beautiful day. The sun is out. Try to get out, get some vitamin D, try to relax. Everybody's always running up and down. I know in the Caribbean islands, people go to the beach, they have their Sundays, they do their meals. Try to get back to that with family or even with friends if you can. Take a break and enjoy your life, okay? as best as you could. You know, I don't know what your life consists of. And I want to thank you for always tuning in to my show. You know, I have some friends who are diligent in doing that. And I know everybody have their own agendas and their time and all that. So if you're able to log on, you can. When it comes on at 10, it's 10 every Saturday. And if you're not able to log on, then you can see the show afterwards. All right. So we're gonna go and enjoy this weather. I definitely want to. And just keep it locked. We have other DJs who's going to be on. We have other mixes that we play live. If you want to email us, you can email talktable57@gmail.com, Nikki J the Voice @gmail.com, and also Island Vibe. Is it Island Vibe 57? But anyway, it'll be on my it would be on my page. And it's islandvibe.net@gmail.com. I think that's what it is. Okay. So you can reach out to us if you have an event, if you need an interview. We have a food. We have something that's coming up. I need to advertise this. We have a food fest that's coming up. We have Philly Carnival that's coming up. So we want you guys to know that. You just go on the website. That'll encourage you to go on the website and see what we have coming up. All right, let me see if I could get it so I can give you the dates of that. I don't know why I'm not seeing it here. But anyway, we have the Food Fest. Go on our website and you could come, and if you want to be a vendor, you could reach out to us and we could let you know the details of where you can go and what you can do and what type of foods. I don't think we have any limit of the type of foods that you can bring. Let me see if I could get this information for you really quick. All right, here you go. So Caribbean Food Expo is going to be at Chalmers, however you pronounce it, Chalmers Park. And that's North 29th Street and Chalmers Avenue, PA. You go on our website for more information, or you call 267-225-229. So that's 267-225-2229. It's happening on August 11th. So August 11th, we're going to be at that park. Is our Island Vibe promotion. And I'd love to see you there. I'm going to be live. I'm going to be broadcasting live. We're going to have artists that's passing through as well. If you're an artist and you're listening to this and you want to pass through our event and entertain our guests, just hit us up. So it's food, drinks, music, and kids activities. So this is a family fun day. All right. So don't miss it. You get a chance to meet me live. Okay. So keep it locked to islandvibe.net. And enjoy your day. Okay. See you.
Welcome to Table Talk with Nikki G the Voice, where we bring to you highlights of entrepreneurs, leaders, organizers, and much more. A broad spectrum of professionals, including chefs, artists, designers, musicians, and much more. Our show is a new brand of talk shows where we educate, bring transparency, and last but not least, fun. Table Talk. Get ready for our seasons, a roller coaster of emotions, all wrapped into one. Caribbean style. We'll cover our Caribbean roots as well, so keep it locked. Welcome to Table Talk. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and iTunes.
Own it, girl, you just own it. 'Cause your body's on fire. Show me how to control it.
Table Talk Show is now on Island Vibes Radio. You can catch us every Saturday from 10 to 12 p.m. Log on to Island Vibes Philly or islandvibe.net.